Alright, hey guys, Pax here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. As the title states, we're going to be going over Greninja EX. Greninja once again makes a splash appearance, and this is the EX right here. As you can see, HP 170, stage 2 of course. Has an ability Shifting Stream. Once during your turn, you may switch your active water Pokemon with one of your bench. Very similar to Celesteela, but in this case for water. Has one attack, Aqua Edge, does 100 damage, only requires 2 energy, and has a retreat cost of 2. This is the deck list right here. It's also in the bottom left. As you can see, it's very similar to the previous Suicune Greninja deck. Essentially, the most notable change is that we're only running one non-EX Greninja. I'll explain why we're running one copy of non-EX Greninja later on. If this is your first deck showcase on my channel, I highly suggest liking and subscribing. It really does help me out tremendously. And without further ado, let's get right in to the deck showcase. Alright, here we are in our first battle. We are going against the Hitmonchan EX / Donphan EX solo deck. And again, if you guys do my deck showcases, how these deck showcases usually go, I'm going to do these 3 battles. First battle is a solo battle just to get the feel for a deck. Next two are PvP. Starting hand looks very promising. So ideally you do want to lead with Suicune EX or Giratina EX. Ideally with Suicune because Giratina you can just switch in eventually. Starting hand can definitely be better, but we do have Repel just to kind of mess him up because Hitmonchan is super aggressive, especially towards the early game. So doing this does kind of counter him a little bit. Damn, he does X speed. Very unfortunate, but looking at our hand, we have Rare Candy. So in a couple of turns, this Greninja might be built. If it can evolve as soon as possible, then that would be very ideal. Hey, okay, there we go. We can finally get him out. So at this point, I'm just gonna play like this, yeah. To start feeding Greninja, we could play with the Suicune. Suicune is doing 100 damage currently. Could do a total of 120. But for now, I'm just gonna play it safe with this Greninja EX. As you can see with his ability, I can just sub this guy in right now. It can be any bench Pokemon, even Giratina. But for now, I'm just gonna chill like this. I might as well just go like that. This Suicune is essentially just cannon fodder, as well as the draw support, of course, because of the ability. All right, here we go. This is where it gets really heated. So we just do this. Shifting Stream. Sub in Greninja. 100 damage. Yeah, so we are getting some pretty decent damage. I'm going to leave my opinions on this this EX in the outro. Our Hitmonchan does 70 damage to this Greninja because of Lucario. It's non-EX Lucario just buffing. It's actually been a while since I've seen this card, so finally back from retirement, nice. At this point, I'm just going to do this, might as well. Just heal the Suicune. It's maximizing Irida by doing this. You could run Lilies instead of the Iridas, but in my opinion, I just like this a lot better, especially since Suicune EX does not benefit from Irida. So right now, straightforward attack with Hitmonchan, and it's pretty much GG. Again, not that hard of a deck to go up against, but at the same time, this first battle is primarily meant to just kind of get comfortable with the deck, like how it, the playstyle, and interesting. Okay. He does sub in Suicune, but it doesn't matter. Only doing 60. And guess what, man? It's freaking Water Celesteela himself. Doesn't care. And if you guys are curious why I'm running a non-EX version of Greninja, it's primarily to deal with Oricorio. So again, I want the main focus of this deck to be primarily Greninja EX focused. Just in case your opponent does have an Oricorio, you might be forced to pivot using this Greninja. Right now, I can do anything. I can do this. Only doing 80, but I won't. Let's look at that, man. At this point, I can just retreat manually, but no. This guy's so flashy. There we go. Easy one-shot. And yeah, we shall see how this deck performs in PvP. All right, in PvP, we are going first against Fire. So this is a very good comparison because let's see, is he using what I think he's using? Yeah, Blaziken EX. How will this Greninja, not this one, but the other one, fare? This guy, yeah. Hello. He was kind of late to the party. How will he fare against the freaking Nightmare Chicken? The aside from Oricorio, like yeah, the Nightmare Fried Chicken himself, Mega Blaziken EX. Okay, so not bad. Again, this playstyle right here, for Giratina, you're essentially kind of like stalling. This guy's job is to be a bodyguard, essentially just protecting your Froakie for now. And hopefully next turn we can actually evolve into Greninja. The main downside is that we did go first, which means that you have to wait 2 more turns until Greninja can fully attack. And we're giving this guy a lot of time, which we can't afford. So he does Rocky Helmet. Not that good. Looking at the deck, we do have Mars. At this point, we need to pull a Mars and then most likely use it. Because yeah, if this guy gets out Blaziken, it's basically GG. Damn, that's rough. But on the bright side, we can get Greninja out. Perfect. On the downside is that next turn, this Giratina is most likely going to die. But look at that. Very fast, very straightforward. I feel like this is the ideal playstyle in a sense. If you're not playing, if you get pretty unlucky and you don't get Suicune EX out. So just do that. Pretty unfortunate too because of the Mars, but if anything, we can use that next turn. I can win if he doesn't evolve into Mega Blaziken, but it's very unlikely, man. Look, he has 7 cards in his hand, 9 cards in the deck. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's Blaziken EX is just too fast. This guy is just too fast, and then now I can't really compete. Like, it's very hard to compete. But at the same time, keep in mind, we are at an advantage because of Mars. I feel like if it weren't for Mars, then yeah, it's gonna look very grim because I'm pretty sure one of those cards is at least a Lily, and we can definitely beat up Mega Blaziken if my opponent does not use that card, Lily. And to help with that, Mars getting maximum value. Please, he used both Professor Research. Okay, perfect. So he has a very slim chance to have a Lily. So for now, I could play Suicune, but that's kind of throwing since Mega Blaziken can just literally one-shot this guy. So I don't want to risk it for now. Doing type advantage, 120 damage. And if he doesn't Lily, it should be GG. Okay, yeah, GG. Damn. That's kind of insane. I am burned, but Arita saving my life. Perfect, man. Gosh, look at this scenario. This was interesting. I wasn't expecting this as soon as I saw Blaziken, but he conceded? I mean, if anything, it might have been a tie. He was like, yeah, it's whatever, but he didn't know I had a Rita, but nevertheless, Greninja EX, ladies and gentlemen, don't sleep on this card. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really voiced my opinions just yet. I'm kind of tempted to. I want to save most of it for the outro, but this card, yeah, hands down better than the non-EX. I'm losing my voice for some reason because of just praising this guy too much. Yeah, he's totally better than the non-EX Greninja. Totally, yeah. All right, next battle, going first. Leading with Suicune, okay. So, yeah, ideally, again, as I stated earlier, you ideally want to go second just to maximize energy for this deck. All right, nice. Very straightforward. All we need now is a rare candy and we're pretty much set. This guy's playing Crobat EX. Okay, so he places Nihilego. This attacks with Zubat. This, yeah, chipping Suicune slowly but surely. But it's fine. Suicune, again, is just essentially cannon fodder. Let's do this. And we have Mars as well. So once the Suicune dies, we can do the exact same strat where we just Mars and then just get insane value. So yeah, we're just waiting. Ideally, this will be huge if we can get a rare candy. Please, we got the other Greninja. Okay, I freaking intimidated him. Okay, so he subbed out. My opponent subbed out of Zubat because I think they were thinking that I was just gonna one-shot it, just building up for Greninja. But I'm still waiting for my. Where's my candy at, man? I'm just waiting for my candy. This is not good. At this point, I might as well just apply a bit of pressure. Just feeding this Suicune. Yeah, why not? Arita as well. And then end my turn. I just need a rare candy. I have 6 cards. One of them is a Professor. And then 2 are rare candies. So please, give me one of those. Okay, we got Professor. Nice. So there's going to be a high chance that we get a rare candy next turn. I'm to be super aggressive. Yeah, dude, Suicune is on the verge of death. Only 40 HP. We got Arita. This is rather rough because at this point, we are kind of forced to Professor's Research. This should give us, not guaranteed, but there's no way. I have 4 cards. 2 of them are rare candies. I need a rare candy right now. Professor, help me out, please. There's no way, right? Okay, perfect. Okay. Oh gosh, I got Infernape EX flashbacks back in the day. I ran into a similar issue with that deck. Okay, Greninja is finally out. One-shotting this Nihilego. It would have been ideal if I didn't use Professor because I could have Mars. Because looking at his hand, I feel like he's like 1 card away to get Crobat EX out. So yeah, if I could Mars this turn, then yeah, that could have either helped him a lot or just messed him up tremendously. But for now, we're just gonna one-shot this Nihilego. Okay, there we go. He is subbing in his final boss, Crobat EX versus Greninja. This is pretty unfortunate because Greninja will be getting taken out. Oh, he also, interesting, also Poison Barbs. All right, it's time to make a rather risky play. I'm just gonna play like this. This is where you have to kind of think, because looking at Giratina is almost built. So at this point, I'm just gonna do this. Feed Giratina, Arita, and then end it off using Giratina's ability. This guy's fully built for next turn. This Suicune acting like a wall. And again, next turn, since Greninja EX is essentially Water Cell Steela, I can just instantly sub in Giratina EX and then just start attacking this Crobat. There's really only one... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say there's really only one card that can really win him the game, and that's Mars or Cyrus this specific turn. So, okay, I pretty much won. Subbing into Giratina, at this point, I could feed whoever, so I just might as well feed a Suicune, attack, and you see the vision, right? You see the vision. Next turn, I'm just gonna sub in to Greninja EX, but the main issue is that this guy's gonna be at... Actually, it should be good. It should be fine. He doesn't have any points, so I don't really have to do that. The only time I have to do that is that if this Giratina EX will be taken out. All right, this is perfect. So even if he does Lily and takes out this Giratina EX, I can just sub in Greninja, doing 100 damage, this perfect 100, and yeah, just taking the win. The only way this guy really wins is if he Marses. Oh, he doesn't. He Lilies. Okay, perfect. Yeah, man, I feel bad for this guy. I'm kind of just picking on him because we do have Cyrus. All our cards are gone. Since this card isn't water type, it isn't affected with the Self-Steal ability. Yeah, I'm just going to keep calling it that because it's essentially that's what it is. But you know what? Giratina can just take the win, but screw you, man. This is not your deck showcase. You have too much limelight already. Yeah, let's do this. Let's just have Greninja EX take the win. Take the dub right here. Just manually subbing him in. And Cyrus, honestly, I'm having a lot more fun with this deck than I thought I would. Like, it is crazy. This is definitely one of those moments where like you think a deck would be like pretty bad, or like not even like not bad, but like kind of mid. But when you use it, you just get, it's like a combination of like somewhat like good luck as well as good matchups. I mean, this guy beat Mega Blaziken, so he's clearly better. Yeah, since he beat that Mega Blaziken in that exact scenario, this is proof that, yeah, he's better. Totally, 100%. All right, next battle, going against another fire deck. Okay, this might be the second coming of Mega Blaziken. But the moral of the story, moral of this video is that you just gotta believe hard enough, pretty much. That's how you win. You just gotta believe hard enough. If you ever question like why you're going on like a loss streak, let's say like you lost like 5-6 games in a row. I definitely have. It's because you're not believing. You gotta believe in the heart of cards, believe in capitalism, believe in gambling and gacha. Yes, and you have a chance to be rewarded. Yes, when you believe. So, okay, very straightforward. Look at that, man. I'm getting deja vu. Deja vu indeed. If I can get, damn. I just need a Greninja and I'm set, man. Subbing Greninja. Okay. Yep, rare candy. There we go. Blaziken's out. This could be an alternate future. So like this is basically like 5 minutes ago from this video, or however long the first PvP battle was. This is like the alternate take of that. Or maybe not. Maybe not, because we have Greninja right here. Oh shit, we are cooking. Now, we should be good as long as this guy doesn't Cyrus. So, we have to do this. Not Cyrus, Sabrina, but okay. So I have two choices. I can either just use Suicune as a wall right now, or just sub in Greninja. Let's like start attacking with Greninja, which I might. Not getting much value with Mars, like not as much. But I'm kind of tempted because... Alright, I'm just gonna do it, why not? I should win if he doesn't Lily. If my opponent does not Lily next turn, it's GG. Because keep in mind, Greninja is doing 120 damage. I'm gonna risk it, man. Hard to cards. This guy's not believing hard enough. This guy's not believing hard enough. I can feel his belief waning. So, take it away. Greninja, 120. Next turn, if he doesn't heal, easy one shot. And if he tries to escape, Cyrus. Okay, he reds. Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't a fluke. It was not a fluke. As you can see, Greninja EX is 100% better than Blaziken, Mega Blaziken EX. Totally. This happened twice in the video. What are the odds of that? It's like the exact same scenario. Because I know from my deck showcase with Mega Blaziken, I think most of the times I was leading with Entei. But because of RNG, I'm pretty sure he has Entei. There's no way, right? This guy. The first guy definitely did have it. Because he had freaking 2 full art Professor Oaks. From what I remember, I think he did. So... could be wrong, but he just gave up, pretty much. He didn't believe hard enough. This is what happens. If you don't believe hard enough, then you just fail at everything you do. I mean, there's a bit of truth in that, but still. Just gonna make this very fast. Just gonna go right for it. Yeah, that's, I feel bad for him. Currently, there's no rank, but still, he must feel the pain. If this happened in ranked, yeah, that would be very painful, but even in casual, I feel bad for him. Again, it's on him, man. He's not believing hard enough. All right, next battle. I might do a couple more battles because I'm oddly having fun. Like, this is kind of weird. I feel like Mega Altaria is a lot better than this deck, but I'm just having a lot more fun with using this deck than that deck. For some reason, it's weird. I mean, it's partially because of RNG, but at the same time, yeah, this kind of shows how good Suicune is. Just like Suicune and Greninja, very good pairing. Oh, speaking of pairing, here he is, the Nightmare Bird himself. I see. Running Pichu to feed essentially Lucario. Next turn you can just attack. Alright, we gotta play this very cautiously. Harder cards, give me, not that guy. This might be a fast battle. You're definitely gonna run into scenarios like this where you just get pretty bad RNG. Okay, this might be the downfall of Greninja EX. 2 Lucarios. Can we get the shiny version? No. Okay, nice. We got this guy. Okay, finally. But now all we need is a Froakie. Can we get the Froak? No Froakie? Okay, that's sure. Let's just lead like this. Nice. It's just, yeah, this is all we could do. And he can do anything, man. He could play with the Lucarios if he wants. He could just lead with Absol. It might be more smart to lead with the Lucarios. But at least we can just beat up his Pichu. Yeah, he doesn't deserve to be in this battle. He's a kid. I don't support that. Oh my gosh, yeah. Dude, the Froakie's taking his sweet ass time, man. I know he's in there. 10 cards. We got this whole thing. He's ready. Greninja's ready to come out. We just need Froakie to be here. Suicune can survive potentially 2 more turns. Actually, if I get another Rita, Suicune EX can survive 3 turns. 3 more turns. So that's good. But for now, I mean, I guess start feeding Giratina. Sure. Just wait for something to happen. I'm saving this Repel because once I knock out Lucario, more likely than not, he's gonna sub in Mega Absol. And with that, I mean, both of them are basics. Everyone here are basics. So I can just use Repel to sub in this Lucario and then hopefully just one-shot with this guy when he comes out. Which, we will see. Are you serious? Okay. So this guy doesn't really have any draw supports. He just has Professor's Research. His deck's at 7 cards. We're at 8. So, Suicune is putting in work, but it's not enough, man, because we need to get a Froakie. Can we get a Froakie or even a Pokeball? I'll even take... Okay, finally, dude. Holy crap. That took so long. The main downside is that Suicune is going to die, but we can pair Mars next turn, which is pretty good. At the same time, Giratina is built. So that could help us out later on, potentially. All right, yeah, he's really setting up for Mega Absol. This is pretty scary because that Darkrai is getting fed. So next turn, the Darkrai can attack. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. We primarily lost because we just couldn't get Froakie out. If we got Froakie out a couple turns earlier, then it would have been a lot better. But right now, we might as well... Yeah, screw it. I'm going to Mars. Why not? I'm just going to Mars and then Repel, and hopefully he subs in this Lucario because we can just one-shot this guy. But even then, I mean, in a couple turns, he's going to most likely just beat up our guy. Okay, actually, we're cooking here. Yeah, okay. Okay, we can win. This is going to be huge. Top... Oh my gosh, man. This is why I love this Greninja. This Greninja is so fun because Darkrai is at 140 HP. Giratina, 130, plus Greninja's attack, 20. You can one-shot that guy. I'm talking too much. I'm just gonna do this right now. For now, I'm talking about next turn. Our next turn, if everything goes according to plan. Yeah, just do that. Okay. So next turn, we can Cyrus that Darkrai in here, sub out into Giratina, and it's one shot. Oh my gosh. Okay, it doesn't matter. That's good. Yeah. I was gonna say, as long as he doesn't Giant Cape this guy, we basically win. He Giant Caped the wrong person. Oh man, he loved to see this. I could have placed this Froakie as well. I totally forgot about this Froakie. I was just too much into my thought process. I don't know if he can see this, but let's see. Let's see how fast he can see this, because it's basically GG. I won. Damn, dude. This is why this Greninja... This kind of shows why the old Suicune EX deck is pretty good. Very dominated, very goated. My gosh, yeah, this deck is oddly fun. If you want a very fun deck to invest in, this is a good one right here. Yeah, I mean, for one thing, I'll explain more in the outro, but a lot of these cards are pretty good. Like, I can very much see them being used in other decks later on as the water archetype does change, such as Suicune EX, this amazing draw support. This guy, yeah, just amazing with his ability. He's been in a lot of decks in the past, and I can see a career for this guy in the future. All right, last battle. Having a lot of fun, but yeah, this is going on for way too long. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. Going against a fire deck. This might be the third coming of... Okay, alright. This might be the third coming of Blaziken himself. Interesting. He might win this time. Like, it's the same thing, but we don't have our cannon fodder. That's the only main issue. Hold up, maybe we do. Pokeball? Nah, it's not working. Okay, this is pretty rough. Next turn, we can either evolve into this guy or this guy. We have a lot of choices. And we are doing type advantage, keep in mind, so that's pretty nice. But since we went first, both Greninjas are attacking on their third turn. And also, I kind of Giant Caped the wrong person. I probably should have Giant Caped this guy. Suicune won't get that much value in this deck, in my opinion, because you want to prioritize on building up Greninja, of course. Two choices, Shiny or the anime protagonist. In this case, I might have to go with... Yeah, okay. I have to go for a very risky... This is the Operation Abort. This is the abort tactic right here, just patented by me, by PAX. We target this guy, this Torchic. Because that's the main issue right here. We want to bully him, make sure he doesn't get Mega Blaziken out. And yeah, granted, a bit of RNG because we need to get a Cyrus. This guy's not losing, okay? It's the non-EX clearly showing how bad the non-EX is. Yes, totally. Just Greninja EX dominance. If this guy came out, it would have been different. This guy is like Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball. Yeah, and if you know Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball, then you know. He's one of the most powerful fighters in that universe. So right now, we are pretty much screwed. You know what? I have hope, man. Suicune, you tank this. You got this, right? All right, just chipping this guy. Doesn't really matter that much because, I mean, he has 5 cards in his hand, 7 cards in his deck. Definitely running some Lilies, so at least one of them most likely will be Lily. In other words, we pretty much lost, but you know what? It's bound to happen, man. My win streak had to end, but it kind of shows how oddly interesting this deck is. Like, it's a mix of RNG, sure. I mean, you could kind of argue that, but at the same time, I mean, pretty fun overall. I'm having a lot of fun, especially using Suicune. I feel like Suicune overall is just very fun to use. And with that being said, rest in peace, Suicune. You will be remembered. This Greninja might be joining you soon. You know what? I believe there's still hope. I think there might be a very, very, very small chance I will win this, but I believe, man. I'm just gonna keep on. Just never give up. This guy is the main protagonist. Of course, he will not give up. He will not give up until it's over, until his dying breath. Giratina, get in here. Sabrina. Crap. Okay, well, that was very short-lived. But he's gonna take it like a champ. He's gonna take the L like a champ, right to the face, falling on his back. There you go, GG. Again, bound to happen, but it kind of shows that, yeah, it really depends on your RNG. And yeah, that was the Greninja EX deck showcase. Overall, a ton of fun. I honestly wasn't expecting me to have as much fun as I did using this guy, and yeah, it just really blew my mind. But overall, if you are curious, like, which is better, like this version of the deck, or I'm just gonna go over here, the original, which is this guy, just using both the non-EXs, this full non-EX is this. I still think this is better. This is a lot more consistent for one thing, and it really depends on the meta. It depends how much shifts in this meta, because in the previous meta, Lucario was huge, like very popular, whereas in this one, I mean, that card still could be pretty big, yeah, but I mean, you never know. It's still pretty early, it's hard to tell. But again, keep in mind, this non-EX right here does 80 damage. Does 80 damage attacking and using the ability, whereas the EX, of course, does 100. So it really depends. And on top of that, you could pair this with Cyrus, just having amazing synergy. So it really depends on the type of deck you're going up against, and kind of like your playstyle as well. If you want kind of like tankier, bulkier, just like Greninja just attacking, and then also like having this easy retreats from like your Suicune to Greninja, sure, the other deck is a lot better. But if you just want something far more consistent, kind of like poking your opponent's bench, as well as they're active, they're doing chip damage with Greninja, then this is for you. And again, ultimately, it's up to the deck you're going up against. In conclusion, I'd rate this deck A-. I'd say A-. I feel like I did get kind of lucky with this deck showcase, but ideally, I mean, it's Greninja. I feel like this deck, I mean, it's good, but I feel like there's far better decks in the meta currently. I mean, again, Blaziken, we've seen a lot of him. With that being said, Suicune is going to be pretty much useless, because say like your opponent only has like Entei and Blaziken on their field, you're only doing 80 damage with Suicune. I mean, granted, I mean, that's equivalent to 100 damage because of type advantage, but at the same time, I mean, your opponent has healing supports such as Lily, which is why, again, Mars getting so much value. I feel like I would have lost a lot of games in this video if it weren't for Mars, just being the absolute GOAT that she is. But yeah, overall A-, and it's fun. If you get Greninja EX, you might as well run this card, especially since Ranked will be coming out towards the middle of November. So yeah, you can just play casually. You can just play casual, do the emblem events, which will be coming out soon, using any deck you want, just playing for fun. And if you want to have fun, then I feel like this is a perfect deck. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more. Really do like making these videos. And again, always say this, really do appreciate it, especially as a small-time content creator. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.